We begin CBS 2 News at 11 with breaking news. A Good Samaritan rescues a man from a fiery wreck in Moreno Valley. He pulled out the driver as the truck caught on fire and the door just jammed shut.
Now, the man standing there is Mario Cervantes, the one who jumped into action. No one was seriously injured in the multi-vehicle crash.
Now, the timing could be worse. A travel nightmare on a jam-packed night at LAX, and it all stems from a massive storm to the east. It's happening on the busiest day of Thanksgiving travel season.
CBS 2's Hermela Aragawi is live for us at LAX, where travelers have to be frustrated.
Pretty bad. The traffic has been unrelenting. Take a look at this. Even as we're approaching midnight, it's bumper to bumper, jam-packed, and it's been like this all day. A mass homecoming at LAX as many return from their Thanksgiving holiday in what's marked as the busiest travel day of the last 2 weeks.
Coming back from Puerto Vallarta, had some anxiety about coming back today, but it was pretty smooth.
Airport officials say more than 250,000 travelers moved through LAX today alone.
The traffic was pretty horrendous.
Jam-packed, a lot of cars waiting at the Uber stops, very popular spot to be at. So it's very busy.
But this side of the country was relatively lucky. A winter storm in the Midwest dropped up to a foot of snow and left many stranded at airports in Kansas and Illinois. At Chicago's O'Hare, hundreds of flights were canceled while many more were delayed.
It's more than frustrating, actually. It's over an hour wait just to try to rebook your flight.
Here at LAX, it's been a much better. There have been about 30 flights that have been delayed and a handful of cancellations due to the weather. Live at LAX, Hermela Aragawi, CBS 2 News.
Well, it may not be like the East Coast, but we do have our own rough weather heading this way.
That's right. Evelyn Taft is here tracking another round of rain for us. Hi, Evelyn.
Hi, Pat and Jeff. I will tell you, we're expecting some serious rain to come our way later this week. So we did get some rain last week as we headed into the Thanksgiving holiday. But what we're expecting this week will be a lot more intense. So we're going to be talking about what you need to know in just a little bit. I do want to take it back to radar and show you that rain sitting over the Pacific Northwest right now. It's going to be about Wednesday when it comes in. We could expect to see up to ½ an inch, even 3 inches in some isolated spots. So rain, of course, mudslides, a very big concern with this. We're talking mountain snow as well, but very widespread compared to where we were last week. So, of course, burn areas a bigger concern as we head toward Wednesday and Thursday. But Thursday should be the big rain day. So we're going to take you through your future cast coming up in just a little bit, show you exactly when and where we're expecting it, and we'll have your forecast for the rest of the week in just a bit. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Ev. A 79-year-old woman left for dead in Norwalk. Now the search continues for the hit-and-run driver who killed her. The LA County Sheriff's Department released a picture of the victim, Marilyn Haight. They say she was struck minutes after leaving a grocery store with last-minute items for Thanksgiving on Wednesday. She was hit on Pioneer Boulevard near Lyndale Street, and anyone with information on the driver is asked to contact the LA County Sheriff's Department.
All right, we have breaking news. A pursuit has ended in a crash in Baldwin Park.
And Stu Mundell is overhead in Sky 2 with the latest. Stu?
That's right, Baldwin Park Boulevard and Foster. This is where this has ended, and this was a pursuit termination that ended in a crash. One person, we believe the driver of the suspect vehicle, had to be physically removed from that vehicle and is being placed in an ambulance right now. Another vehicle right there with innocent bystanders being looked at by LA County Fire. Now, this is a pursuit termination crash. Baldwin Park PD in pursuit in Baldwin Park at Baldwin Park Boulevard at the corner of Foster. Live in Sky 2, Stu Mundell, back to you two in the studio.
All right, Stu, thanks very much. A historic win for LA County Sheriff. Incumbent Jim McDonnell has conceded to Alex Villanueva. Tonight, we're getting a look at how the department could change under that new leadership. CBS 2's Chris Holmstrom is live for us in the newsroom. Chris.
Jeff, for the first time in more than 100 years, a challenger has beaten an incumbent LA County Sheriff. Villanueva worked for 30 years at the Sheriff's Department. When he retired last year, he commanded 30 people. He will now lead 18,000.
It's been a long process, a long road.
Alex Villanueva, the sheriff-elect for the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department. He beat out Sheriff Jim McDonnell, who was elected in 2014. McDonnell conceded this afternoon.
He was very gracious and indicated his full support for an ordinary transition process and alerted me to the things I need to attend to early on.
Villanueva, also a veteran law enforcement officer. He spent more than 3 decades with LASD before retiring as lieutenant earlier this year. He campaigned to clean house and reform the department. He spoke with our Dave Lopez during the campaign.
We have 17 positions, the rank of division chief and above, that don't have civil service protection. 15 of them are going to be gone overnight.
I asked him if it still was going to happen.
We're going to go through the process. We're going to go one by one, and we're going to decide how we're going to make this transition. But yes, we do plan to clean house.
Villanueva also campaigned on immigration in SB 54, saying he would expel ICE agents from LA County jails, a promise he plans to keep.
The uniform presence of ICE in the jails really sends a mixed message to the undocumented inmates, who send that message to their family and friends. So it undermines any notion that we're trying to say public that we're not working with federal immigration authorities. So we need to make that bright line of division between the two.
And after conceding, Sheriff Jim McDonnell stated in part, "We are in the process of arranging an orderly transition and a series of briefings to assist the new administration. And it is my hope that the sheriff-elect will come to his new position with an open mind." And Sheriff-elect Villanueva will be sworn in next Monday. Reporting live from the newsroom, I'm Chris Holmstrom. Back to you in the studio.
All right, Chris. A fiery new response from President Trump after chaos erupted at the U.S.-Mexico border as thousands of migrants tried to get in. Agents and soldiers used any means, including tear gas, to hold them back. Now, that was the scene at the San Ysidro border yesterday as the crisis boiled over. And tonight, things are calm, at least for now. Border Patrol agents kept a close eye today on the U.S. side of the wall, which separates San Ysidro from Tijuana. Customs and Border Protection agents say yesterday's confrontation was sparked when hundreds of migrants rushed across into California. Tonight, at a rally in Mississippi, President Trump spoke about the clash.
We will not tolerate any form of assault or attack upon our border agents like happened yesterday, or any attempt to destroy federal property, overrun federal authorities, or bring chaos and violence to American soil.
300 additional troops are on their way from Texas to help beef up security along the border.
The chairman of California's Democratic Party is taking a leave of absence while he deals with sexual misconduct investigations. Eric Bauman is accused of sexual assault and sexual harassment. Anonymous accusers say the alleged incidents took place during political events. Bauman calls the accusations despicable lies.
The feds are scaling back after a warning about romaine lettuce. You can eat some of it, but there's some you should still avoid. CBS 2 Orange County reporter Stacy Butler is live at Costa Mesa to explain all this. Stacy.
Well, Pat, after 32 people got sick in 11 states, including California, the CDC says they finally figured out where that E. coli outbreak came from. So they've revised their big warning, but customers we spoke with say they're still going to lay off for now.
Being a mom, no way.
Priscilla Cordona isn't taking any chances, even though the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention announced just tonight that some romaine lettuce is safe to eat again. She's going to be very selective when it comes to buying it.
Kind of. It's more like, who do you trust? So I just try to be like specific grocery markets that I know they're kind of local places.
Just last week, the CDC issued a stark warning. No one in the country should eat romaine due to an E. coli outbreak from the lettuce. Tonight, the CDC is narrowing its warning. Now, it's only warning consumers and retailers not to eat or serve romaine harvested from the central coastal growing regions of Northern and Central California.
It's just confusing for situation for me. Sometimes it's okay, and now they say no, they remove it from the shelves, and now they put it back.
Even as the CDC tries to clarify that romaine lettuce from Yuma, Arizona, Imperial and Riverside counties, Florida and Mexico are perfectly safe to eat, consumers are wary.
It's kind of iffy, you know, because you don't know which one is contaminated, which one's not contaminated. I'm just going to stay away from it for a little bit.
Now, if you do decide to buy romaine lettuce either by itself or in a salad mix pack, the CDC says just make sure that you can see where it's coming from. And if you can't, don't buy it. That's the latest from Costa Mesa. Jeff and Pat, back to you.
Stacy, thanks very much. New insight, if you will, from the Red Planet. NASA is celebrating tonight after hitting a cosmic bullseye 300 million miles away. The InSight spacecraft has landed. Today's landing on Mars was a moment many NASA scientists have been waiting decades to watch.
And it seemed like it was well worth the wait.
Touchdown confirmed.
Scientists in the Jet Propulsion Lab in Pasadena celebrated the landing on the red planet. This animation from NASA shows what InSight looked like when it entered Mars' atmosphere earlier today. Now, the real science begins. Over the next few months, InSight's 2 powerful instruments will be deployed so we can get a better idea of just how the planet was formed. It could also teach us about Earth.
You can basically use Mars as a time machine to go back and look at what the Earth must have looked like a few tens of millions of years after it formed and understand why the Earth became the way it is.
This is a first picture, by the way, of Mars transmitted after InSight's landing. Those brown specks, that's actually dust trapped on InSight's dust cover. So they'll pop that cover off and have better pictures.
It looks very, almost looked like in a petri dish where you could see like a little.
You're right, it did.
Okay, well, no doubt you'll be going online quite a bit buying gifts this holiday season, but with the convenience comes this warning. 2 on Your Side shows us the best ways to avoid cyber thieves looking for victims all season long.
And I'm Jeff Nguyen, live in Pasadena with an effort to raise the bar on safety after a truck crashed on the Gold Line tracks.
And a feather in the cap for a police officer who saved a chicken from a raging fire.